Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here. Good morning. It is currently 5:08 on Wednesday, 5:08 a.m. on Wednesday the 20th. It's the 20th. Oh my goodness, fall starts tomorrow. Yay. So I'll switch to full-on fall looks tomorrow, even though it's still hot here in South Carolina. So this is going to be a hair and makeup tutorial. You guys already know the deal. I'm trying to do a full week of tutorials. I was supposed to upload yesterday, but let me just tell you about my supposed to be, as educators, we have like things that we say every day. So we have Marvelous Monday, Terrific Tuesday, Wonderful Wednesday. They do Magnificent Thursday, but I do Thankful Thursday in my classroom. And then Fantastic Friday. Well, yesterday was not a Terrific Tuesday. I'm going to tell you why. But first, let me do my hair because I'm using a new headband and I've been stretching it for days, but it's still very tight. So we're gonna do the hair first, and then as I jump into the makeup portion, we'll talk about my day. So yesterday I wore my hair in 2 puffs. If you watch Tuesday's video, you'll see that. Gotta see. And I did really sleek puffs so that my hair could be stretched for today's style. We're just gonna do a single puff. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the roots with some water. My hair still feels super soft from my most moisturizing wash and go routine. My most moisturized gel wash and go when I use gel. Because I do have a wash and go routine that is super moisturizing without gel. But gel seems to be a lot faster for me. So we just want to get the perimeter of our hair nice and moist so that it's more malleable and pliable. Kind of want to leave the ends alone. Okay, and Nola's like watching me. It's really funny. Okay, so feels pretty good. Feels like I can do what I need to do. So after you get the perimeter of your hair wet, I'm going to start with a wide tooth comb because I had 2 puffs, so I need to merge my part. And I'm just gently combing upwards around the perimeter of my hair. And I'll wiggle it in the back so that it kind of it will get rid of the middle part. I'll like wiggle it up. And I also had a side part in the front, so I'll do the same thing where I kind of wiggle it a little bit. Alright, so after you get all your hair in that general direction, it's moist, it's time to apply your gel that you're going to use to slick it. I reapply my gel almost every day because I like to have as sleek a look as possible. And I'm going to switch it up and use my Eco Style Clear Gel. That looks like this for the edges of my hair today. And I'm very generous with my gels. So I'm just going to take a very generous amount. You see that's a really big glob. And you're going to see me evenly distribute that around the perimeter of my head. And I go all the way around the perimeter, even like above and behind my ear. And this whole glob is going to go around all the way. And if you have extra, just go the opposite direction, go around again. I'm going to pay extra attention to the back because that's where I tend to have like the most issues, and then on the edges on the side where it doesn't want to be as sleek, or I have flyaways or just little pieces that are not as smooth as the rest of my hair. And with whatever's left over, I'm kind of just getting rid of it in the ends of my hair, so we don't waste product. So the gel is applied all the way around. Now you need a smoothing tool. This is my boar bristle brush. One side has softer bristles, the other side is more firm. So I'm going to use the soft side to work the product into the hair. And you see me following up with my hand just to make sure that it's really smoothed in there. Now I'm going to go in with the harder bristles, more firm bristles. And that's what's really going to start to lay it down. and smooth it up. Lay it down, smooth it up. And I'm trying to not get the ends of my hair, but sometimes I accidentally brush those a little bit. So because it is picture day and I want my hair to be super shiny and moisturized, for the ends of my hair, I'm going to go in with the Cream of Nature Argan Oil from Morocco Strength and Shine Leave-In Conditioner. You have to shake it to activate it. Nola, what you doing, Mama? There's something on the end of my hair. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to spritz it all around a little bit. Just to make sure that the ends are nice and moisturized for picture day. And I'm being quite generous with this product. And it smells great. Alright, so my ends have been sprayed. It feels good. Everything's soft. Look how smooth our edges are already looking. It's now time. Got some product on my computer. It's now time to take your headband, which I've already had around my neck. I double it up. It is one of the Sunchi, I think I have another one, an older one. Maybe not. It's just one of the Sunchi, I think that's what it's called. Sunchi hair ties or headbands that is elastic. Let me show you. Like that. And I doubled up so that it's it doesn't slip down. It's more firm and secure. And then I work it up my face, which is why I do this before I do my makeup. And this is a brand new one I send. I stretch it on a chair or on like a small door, like I stretched it on my cabinet. I loop it around to stretch it out. And then I just let it slide up the hair. I pull the hair to make sure that it's nice and taut and smooth. And that is essentially how I get the basis of my puff. As you can see. Awesome. So now, you just want to gently pull on your ends just to make sure that everything is nice and taut. Nothing's loose, it's firm, it's secure, it's not going anywhere. And now you can work on your edges. I like to use a toothbrush for my edges. And I'm going to use the EcoStyle Clear Gel because it's right here next to me. And I'm not really trying to do anything too extreme. For picture day, we're going to keep it really simple. Have a piece of hair hanging down. We're going to keep it relatively simple for picture day. Okay, so let me start to talk about yesterday. So yesterday morning, I got up early, I made my video. Everything was going well. I was ahead of schedule. Like everything was going as planned. And then I get in my car, and my car says that I have low tire pressure in one tire. So I'm like, oh gosh. And I left earlier to go get sugar and do some other stuff for school. Like I need to stop by Walmart to run some really minor errands that weren't immediate, but I made an agreement to bring something to work and I wanted to follow through with that in a timely manner. So my plan was to go to Walmart, get some sugar, and then get some gift cards for the people who helped me with all the stuff that happened this weekend. You have to watch those videos to find out all these things that have been happening. And I use my toothbrushes to smooth all the way around as well. But, so, get my car, it says that one of my tires has really low pressure, and it's like, you need to put air in your tire. And of course, me being scared, I'm like, I don't want my tire to blow out. Like, I just bought these tires. These tires are brand new. I'm like, why am I having issues with my tires? I just bought them literally on September 2nd. 4 brand new tires. Luckily, I kept all the paperwork, and I did get like they have like road hazard protection for extra money. I did get that on every single tire because your girl does not play games when it comes to her vehicle, because that is how I get to work. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go get air, and hopefully that won't take me very long, and I can still get what I need to get and run these errands. So I go to the gas station in front of Walmart because I'm like, well, that's the closest one to Walmart. I can knock out two birds with one stone. The gas station is right there, and then I can go run to Walmart, get what I need to get, and still make it to school on time. Nope, I had to drive so slow. I was driving slow because I was so like concerned about the tire like bursting or blowing out that it took me. Walmart is literally like a 3-minute drive from where I live. It took me like 10 minutes to get to Walmart or to the gas station in front of Walmart. And then when I got to the gas station to put air in the tire, I didn't have enough quarters. It needed $1.50 quarters, so I didn't have enough. So that means I had to go into the gas station and wait in the line with all the people that were in there this was at 6:10 a.m. 6:10 a.m. I'm at this gas station. Why are there so many people in there that early morning? I don't know. But anyways, had to wait in line. You can't just cut people to get quarters. And they were getting food and stuff because they had to work or they just got off work, whatever their situation is. So I get the quarters, then I go back out to the machine and I try and put the quarters in there to find out that the quarter slot was broken because there was a quarter jammed in there. There were some quarters jammed in there. You couldn't even put quarters in there. So I wasted my time going into the gas station. So now I'm like annoyed, I'm like, okay, it has a slot for a debit card. So I use my debit card to get the air going, and it lasts for 5 minutes, which is a good amount of time. So I start putting. Oh, I failed to mention while I was in the gas station, there was some Hispanic men in there, just chilling. They said "Hola" to me. I said, I just smiled back, this kind of smile, because I'm not really trying to talk or communicate or have anybody, try and holler at me. Like I'm on a mission here. I'm trying to get to work and run this errand. So I give them that kind of smile, and I go back out, and it was a group of them, about 4 or 5. So I go back out to my car, which is like, the air is usually like on the side of the gas station, not centrally located to it. Go back out, start putting air in my tires. The men in the gas station proceed to come out and approach me at my car. Okay, I'm in a skirt. I had on pink lipstick. You'll see yesterday if you watch this. I'm a skirt, pink lipstick. Like, obviously, I'm not a mechanic. This is not what I do, obviously. And then, they were being nice. They were like, asking me if I need help. And I was like, no, I'm good. But they were just being so persistent, and they wouldn't, leave me alone. Luckily, at the gas station, there was a police officer getting gas who was watching this whole situation go down. He was watching the whole thing, and it was I'm going to say he was black. I'm not for sure he was black, but he may be mixed, or he may be, Afro-Latino. We don't know. But, he has some African descent, and he saw what was happening. He was watching the whole thing. He watched me go into the gas station. He watched me pull up and start, and get mad at the air machine. He saw me go in. He was still pumping gas, this entire time. And so now I'm putting the air in my tires, and he sees these men come over and approach me, and he's just watching. And then I'm crouched down because I'm putting air in the tire, right? But when the men come, of course, I stand up. You don't want to be, that gives them the advantage. If I'm crouched down, they can hit me in the head or do whatever, which they weren't planning to do, I don't think. Anyways, so that, puts me on alert. I stand up. He's, a ways away, but he can see me clearly and see the men. And they approach me from both sides, okay? It's 4 or 5 men. I wasn't even really paying that much attention. I was just trying to get out, trying to do what I need to do. So while they're talking to me, I stand up, which means I can't put air in my tire anymore, which I paid money to do. I put my debit card in there. So my air is kind of wasting while I'm trying to get these men just to leave me alone. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need any help. Thank you for the offer. I'm fine. I can do it. And they were just not wanting to leave me alone. So I go like this. I'm like, okay, guys, you guys can go. I'm good. Police officer, this is me subtly trying to get his attention. I'm good. It's okay. You guys can go. I've got it. And I'm looking at the police officer while I'm doing this. He gets the message. So he just walks over, calm, kindly. He walks over. And he's just like, good morning, guys. You know, he's being real chill about it because there was no immediate distress. Nobody was trying to hurt me or threaten me or, you know, say anything negative to me. I just wanted them to leave me alone, to move away from me so I could feel more comfortable. So the police officer comes over, greets us. She's like, hey, ma'am, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. You know, I was just telling these men that I don't need their help and I'm good and they can continue on with their day. And he was like, okay, well, all right, guys, you heard the lady. She's good. We can all go live our day. And he's like, you know, we can all live our day, like trying to tell them to walk away. And they were just like still standing there. And he was like, okay, she doesn't need our assistance. Please leave her alone. And they are not really liking that. So they kind of start to, like, I don't want to say pull the race card, but they were just, they were not pleased. They're like, oh no, you know, it's fine. We're just going to make sure that she gets the air in her tire. We're going to watch and make sure that she's okay and that she leaves okay. And I was like, you know, I really don't need you to do that. And he was like, yeah, I don't think she wants you guys to do that. And they were kind of like, oh, she didn't say that. And I was like, guys, I just said that. And then it kind of turned to like a slight argument. And the police officer was like, okay, I'm not asking you nicely anymore. I'm telling you, leave this woman alone. And then they were like, fine, and started speaking Spanish. And then they finally left me alone. And the police officer was just like, he was just looking at me like, really? Did it really take all that? I was like, no, it didn't. But thank you for helping me out. So that was like a whole ordeal. And during the process of this time, my air ran out. I had $5 worth of air. So now it's like 6:20, I would say. 6:20, 6:25, maybe even 6:30. Just a lot of time has passed. Too much time. And then I have to like get air again. And I'm trying to put the air in my tires. I do the best that I can. They look okay to me. So I was like, okay, well, this is it. I text my coworkers, trying to get the principal's information and letting them know what happened and how I'm running late and how I'm not going to make it to my duty on time. Can you cover me? They were like, we got you. And then they ended up being called to do other duties, so they couldn't cover me. So no one was covering my duty. But luckily, it's a place where there's multiple people assigned, so it's not like critical that someone be there, but it's always good to have the proper number of people there. Principal, I forgot she was out of town, so there's no point in me trying to contact her and let her know why I was running late. And the vice principals are busy in the morning, so they wouldn't even know if I showed up late, really, until they looked in the system, and it was like, Miss Ishman signed in. So, okay, I was like, fine. Got the air. My tires looked okay, but the message was still coming out of my car that it wasn't okay. Oh, I tied down my edges just to make sure that they're secure. And now we're moving on to makeup. First, I need to finish up the skincare portion. So I'm going to tone my face using my Dickinson's Original Rich Hazel Pore Perfecting Toner. Y'all have seen me do this. So, whatevers. So I'm like just trying to let everybody know the deal and like let them know that I'm not a terrible employee, that I'm not like trying to get over on them or whatever, or just be negligent to my job that the situation happened. But I was like, well, if I'm already running this late, I'm going to go run my errand anyway because Walmart is right there. There's no point in me not going and stopping at Walmart when nobody's in there. Literally nobody was in there, just like employees. And I know it would take me literally less than 5 minutes to grab some sugar and to get the gift cards, which are right at the end of the aisle before you check out. So I do that. I go in Walmart. And of course, people want to stop and try and talk to me. And, you know, this is the South. People are very friendly and talkative, but I'm not raised in the South. But I understand how people in the South are raised to speak and start, you know, little conversations and just, they always want to know where you're from and, oh, you work at the school and da-da-da. So these conversations happen. I'm like trying to find a way to like get out of them nicely and not be rude, like I need to go. But, you know, these are like older Southern Black women. So I want to be kind to them. Like, these are people that I respect and I look up to and I admire. Because they are older than me. And that's what you're supposed to do. But, like, I was trying to go, y'all. But, you know, women, they talk. I'm a woman, you know, we talk. You know, and then they just, like, oh, we can tell you're not from around here. And, oh, I got 6 grandbabies that go to the school. How you like it? Oh, you're the music teacher. Oh, where you go to college? Literally trying to carry on a full conversation with me But I'm just trying to get to work and duty on time, okay? So at this point, by the time I leave Walmart, I'm going to say it's like 6:50. My duty's supposed to start at 7. I live anywhere, depending on traffic, between 25 to 35 minutes away from my school, depending on traffic. So the later you leave, the more buses and people that are out going to work. So it was like I hit a little bit of traffic, and then I'm still like driving cautiously because the light didn't go off in my car. But whatever, fast forward, I make it to work at like 7:15 a.m. So I'm late. School starts at 7:30. My duty's supposed to be from 7 to 7:25, but they were just like, we got you. It's okay. You're good. I park my car. I'm like, I put the air in the tires. It should make it to the end of the day. And then I called my dad on the way to school. I forgot to say that. And my dad said that it happens to his car too, and that the reason the light is going off is because the air pressure in the atmosphere changes based on the temperature, so it affects the tires, and that there's nothing wrong with my tires if they look fine. But, I don't know anything about cars, so I trust what the car tells me. So then I'm like thinking, so I put air in my tires and went through that whole ordeal for no reason, So I was kind of mad, low-key mad. And then my coworkers also texted me the same thing, that he's like, oh, this just happened to me the other day. It's fine. It's just because the temperature is changing, and that changes the pressure in the tire. You don't need to put air in your tire. It will change as the temperature rises, okay? So I figured out, I literally was freaking out for no reason, drove slow for no reason, went to get the air for no reason, got harassed for no reason, had the police involved for no reason. Went to basically all of that was pointless. Fast forward, I get to school, blah, blah. The day is fine. The actual school day, I didn't have any issues with the kids or anything. Flawless school day. So I had an appointment after school at 3 p.m., which means I needed to leave at 2:30. School ends at 2:30, so it's perfect, right? I'll just miss my afternoon duty, which is no big deal because it's a duty where there's a lot of people. Using my dark spot corrector, my Garnier Skin Active. So they were like, I went to ask the vice principal, since the principal wasn't there, like what the protocol was for leaving early for an appointment. And she was like, well, what time is the appointment? I said 3. She's like, oh, that's what time I normally go to my appointments. She's pregnant with twins. And she's like, for that, since it's so late in the school day and school is technically over, you just clock out early and you'll be fine. Like, you don't really need to do anything. Thank you. Just letting us know verbally is good. You don't need to get it approved or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I do that. I'm in the office. I got there early, of course. That's my nature. I like to get places early. So I'm in the office early. I actually help out in the office when I have extra time. I'm like sorting papers, whatever, waiting for 2:30 to roll around. 2:30 rolls around. I go out to my car and I have a flat tire. My tire is flat. Did you hear that? I had a flat tire. So now I can't make it to I can't drive anywhere. You're not supposed to drive on a flat tire, because the last time I had a flat tire, I remember I drove on it and they were like, you shouldn't have driven on it. So I was like, I'm not taking my chances, because it was all the way flat. Even though I didn't have that far to go, but even the first time when I had a flat tire, I didn't have that far to go, and they were like, wow, we're surprised the tire is still okay. Like, you could have lost your tire, this and that, you would have had to buy it. So they were like, never drive on a flat tire. I was like, okay, fine. Got the message. Learned that lesson, even though nothing bad happened the first time. I was like, I'm not chancing it. So luckily, all of the people that are not certified staff get out at 2:30 as well at my school. So I was able to flag someone down. I was like, hey, are you busy right now? Do you have anywhere that you have to be? And they're like, no. And I was like, do you live in Richland? And they're like, yeah. And so I was like, can you please drop me off at my doctor's appointment? So luckily I had a coworker who I'm going to get a gift card for her as well. She thankfully dropped me off at my doctor's appointment, which was 6 minutes away from the school. So not far away from the school. So I go in there. I get there early, of course, because the school gets out at 2:30. It's a 6-minute drive away. I get there at 2:45, which is actually, I got there at 2:43 if we're going to get exact, which is the time they told me to be there because I'm a new patient. I need to fill out paperwork, right? So I go in. I'm like, I'm a new patient. They give me the paperwork. I fill it out. My appointment is supposed to start at 3. You tell me to get there earlier. I scheduled the appointment over 3 weeks ago for 3 p.m. Okay? So I walk in there, I see all these people, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people in here. And there's only one doctor for this place. So I was already thinking, I'm not liking how this is about to go. But I'm trying to be positive. Have a flat tire. Trying to be positive about the situation. Appointment is supposed to start at 3 p.m. I get there at 2:43 to fill out paperwork. Like they asked me to get there by 2:45. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if I schedule my appointment at 3, maybe these people are just like extra early and I'll be seen, at 3, between 3 and 3:15, because sometimes appointments can run over, right? Nope. I don't end up going into the room until 3:45. 45 minutes after I've been there. I almost waited a complete hour before being seen. It's like, what is the point of even scheduling an appointment for 3 p.m. if you're not even going to see me until almost 4? So I was mad. I'm annoyed. During that time, since I was waiting so long, I already went outside and called USAA roadside assistance to set up, somebody to come change the tire for me, even though I know how to do it. But I was just, after teaching school, I was just not feeling it. And I have roadside assistance. I pay car insurance to have those services. So I was like, yeah, call roadside assistance. And they ask you to schedule an appointment, a 30-minute slot that the people could come service your vehicle. So I said, to be safe, I'm at the doctor. My appointment's at 3. It's 3:20. I still haven't been seen. So to be safe, I'm going to say, have that person show up at my car between 4 to 4:30 p.m. But I didn't get called back until, I need to keep moving. This talking is making me move slow. But I didn't get called back until 3:45, like I just said. I'm 6 minutes away from the school, which is where my car is at. I'm going in with the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. I have a little bit left. And I want to try it out with the Fenty Beauty Foundation. So, oh my gosh. This might be the end of this primer. Okay, so I'm to be safe, come at 4. I was thinking, it's 3:20. Maybe I'll get back there. They're going to call my name in the next 5 minutes. And I'm going to get in and get out because I'm not really sick or hurting. I just needed to meet the doctor and make sure that I felt comfortable with this healthcare provider in case something does happen in the future. So, so come between 4 and 4:30. So I don't get in there until 3:45. And that was just for them to take my vitals and weigh me, which, because of how my day went and the tire situation and just everything that happened that day, I had the highest blood pressure I've ever had. My blood pressure was 128 over 87, or 127 over 187 over 87. No, Man, I haven't Googled it because I was that's the highest it's ever been. I think it was 127 over 87. Yes, that is correct. 127 over 87. Got it. And I looked it up and that's pre-hypertension. And I was I have never in my life had high blood pressure before. I've always had extremely low blood pressure. And everyone's been wow, you're such a calm person. But not yesterday. I also weigh the most I've ever weighed in my life, which is a good thing. I've been trying to gain weight. I'm 132 pounds. That was with all my clothes on, my badge, and my Birkenstocks. So I'm probably actually 130 pounds. But I'm trying to weigh 135 pounds naked to be 135 pounds. So that was good when it said 132. It made me feel a little bit better. So the lady's asking me how my day was. She's actually trying to stall because they were backed up in there. I accidentally got a little bit of primer in my eyes, and now my eyes are getting irritated. But she was trying to stall because they were backed up in there. So I go, they take me in the room or whatever, and now I'm waiting on the doctor, and I'm already annoyed because my appointment was scheduled for 3. I didn't get back there until 3:45. And then the guy calls me. He's oh, I'm at your car. And I was well, I'm at the doctor. I thought you were coming between 4 and 4:30. It's only 3:45. He's well, I got here early. And I was well, I can't help you because I'm at the doctor. So literally, I'm just going to fast forward. So the doctor finally comes in there, and it's 3:54. And I had to arrange for someone to pick me up and take me back to the school, right? Because I don't have my car. I don't know any of those people in that doctor's office. And all the people that were in there were literally 60 years old and up. So I was already just this. Luckily, my coworker came right as I got into the room. He also texts me and says that he is outside, which he went all the way to Bluffton from Richland. Bluffton is past where I live. I live 25 to 35 minutes away from school with traffic. He went past where I live to go to the bank and came back literally in the same amount of time that I was waiting to be seen. That's crazy to me. So when the doctor finally gets in there, I'm like, ma'am, I don't be rude. It's nice to meet you. I'm not really physically ill or sick right now. I just wanted to meet you and schedule a general appointment because I've been looking for a doctor and my mom really wants me to have a doctor. And she was like, oh, okay. And she was like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Like this blonde, like white lady. No offense to blonde white ladies, but she was just, I was like, I'm going to leave now because I have a flat tire. I have someone that needs to pick me up to take me to my car that has a flat tire. The people that are supposed to be fixing the flat tire are already there. I was like, my appointment was scheduled at 3 p.m. and I am just now seeing you at 3:55. So I'm just going to leave. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just want to speak back. I was like, okay, well, I'll just reschedule or not. I might be finding another doctor. And I just got up and left. Walked straight out, didn't stop at the desk for anything. I didn't get any services. They just took my blood pressure and weighed me. And it's covered by my insurance, so I don't need to talk to them for any reason. And I wasn't even going to reschedule it right then and there because I'm considering getting another doctor because of how long I had to wait. I've never had to wait that long before, even at like other hospitals and like military hospitals, which, you know, people have buku kids in those communities. Never had to wait that long. I was just very annoyed with the whole situation. I'm just not happy with how everything went down. So anyways, my coworker's outside. He picks me up. He takes me back to the school. I unlock my car. Oh, the guy tried to unlock my car to get to the trunk and the alarm went off and he thought like somebody was going to think that he was breaking in, but he wasn't. It was kind of funny. So finally, long story short, guy puts my little donut on my car. He's like, don't drive over 50 miles per hour. These donuts are not made out of anything. I was like, okay, thank you, sir. And I get in my car and then, of course, I can't drive around on the donut. I can't be driving around that slow, making people mad. There was a nail in my tire. That's why it went flat. So I have to go get it fixed. So, of course, I'm going back to where I got the tires because I got that warranty on them, the roadside hazard protection, paid extra money for it. So I have to go to Walmart. Walmart Auto Service Center is usually always busy, and I'm going like at the end of the day after people get off work. So all I need you to do is plug my tire and put it back on my car. I was there for an hour and 10 minutes waiting. And my dog, I hadn't seen her all day. You know, I left at 6 a.m. and I didn't get home until 6:15. And my dog was just like pissed off and mad. So I'm going to mix two foundations together. I'm going to mix the Fenty Beauty in shade 450 with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in shade 378 Espresso. This is too light for me right now. This one's a little bit too deep for me. So I'm just going to mix them both together to get my perfect shade, finish, and coverage. They both also dry kind of fast. So I'm going to go in with 2 pumps. And then I'm going to take a dollop of this as well. A couple dollops. And we're going to mix all that together. Okay. So, yeah. I get my tire fixed, whatever. I had to wait a really long time. I just did some light shopping, as you could say. I forgot that I broke my mirror yesterday, too. Yesterday was just interesting. Okay. So, that was basically my day yesterday. My dog was bad when I got home, but she's okay. She had extra food, too, so that's good. God was telling me to give that dog extra food, and I did. I'm thankful that I did because she had to wait so long for me to get home. But, yeah. That was my day yesterday, so I'm hoping today is much better. Because I've been talking, I'm a little bit behind schedule, but, you know, I'm not even pressed. I'm really not pressed. I'm going to get to school when I get to school. But, like, last night, I was so tired from how long my day was that, like, I went to bed early and everything. But when my alarm went off for me to wake up, I felt like I had only been asleep for, like, 30 minutes. So, because that's how tired I was. Like, even an adequate amount of sleep didn't even really do too much. Like, I still feel super tired. I'm drinking my tea, my orange passion fruit jasmine green tea. So that was my day yesterday, y'all. It was not a terrific Tuesday, but I'm just thankful everything got done. Like, my car got fixed. I met the doctor. She seems pretty nice, but I don't know. And, oh, I forgot to mention, like, the equipment that they had was really old school. Like, it was one of those old school scales where you, like, push the thing side to side. And they actually did have, like, a mechanical blood pressure machine, which made me feel a little bit better. But that was a little alarming to me. I was like, y'all are still using this kind of scale? Like, y'all, it's not that expensive to get, like, a mechanical scale that does the work for you. It can tell you more information. I have all sorts of fancy scales nowadays, but yeah. Because of the area I live in, it's been so hard to find a medical doctor because all the doctors specialize in, like, gerontology and oncology and, like, internal medicine and just things that usually older people have to deal with because this is a retirement community. So it's really hard to find a family care provider or a family, what is it called? Family care practitioner, family doctor, somebody who doesn't specialize in, like, something so specific, like just a general family care doctor, because I'm too old for pediatrics. I'm about to be 25. And so it's just like, I just want just a regular doctor. I don't have cancer. I'm not old. Just a regular, normal, just doctor. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that whole situation was just like on top of having that tire issue, like, I wouldn't have been, if I could have driven there myself and not had to be depending on someone for a ride back to my car, I wouldn't have been that mad about waiting that long. I still would not have been pleased, but I wouldn't have been as, like, I'm leaving. I'll reschedule. Bye. I would have been probably, I would have stayed probably for my appointment, but that was just not feasible at that time. So it is picture day at school. These two foundations together look absolutely beautiful and are giving me the full coverage that I need in one application. I used a total of 5 pumps, 1 on my forehead, 2 on each cheek of the Fenty, and then y'all saw I just put some dabs of the Wet n Wild. Alright, my edges are laid down. They're doing something. I'm just going to tap over them with the foundation brush while the foundation isn't completely dry on my forehead. To make sure that everything is well blended and seamless. Also, don't forget the chin and around your ears. But that was my Tuesday, y'all. I was just so tired by the end of it and just, like, worn out. Yeah. Okay, I really like the way this looks. It's good. I really love the Wet n Wild foundation, but even the darker shade is still a little bit too light for me right now. But I used my, like, winter shade and mixed that with the Fenty Beauty, and I really like the way that both of them look together. Okay. Foundation is on. Fenty plus Wet n Wild. Looking good. Why do my ears feel weird? I don't know. We're going to ignore that right now. My puff looks good. I'm liking it. The spray made it feel kind of dry, though, but that's okay. Let's set my face. I'm going to use my Maybelline powder. I really do love these Maybelline loose powders. I have nothing more to say about yesterday. I feel like I just told y'all everything. I know this video is going to be extremely long, but I'm doing a super simple makeup look. I know exactly what I want for my makeup. I know what I'm wearing, so we're just going to get through the rest of this. Setting my face with my Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder. This is one of my favorite loose finishing powders ever. I need to pick up some more shades so that I can like make different variations and combinations of shades. But I have the darkest one, which is called Dark 40. And it's basically my skin tone. And I like to put it in the cap, and then we'll apply it with a damp beauty blender. It's slightly damp. I washed it last night. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up that powder, and I'm using that to set the foundation in place. So I'm really pressing it into the skin, and it gives the most beautiful, smooth finish. That's what I love most about this powder. It gives such a beautiful, smooth finish. It makes your skin look so flawless, so poreless, and it's so affordable. And as you can see, I'm not letting it bake. I'm pressing it in to the skin. And I'll do 1/2 so you guys can see the difference that it makes. I'm using one of my favorite single shadows on the lid and the lower lash line. I'm going to use one of my favorite highlighters that I use a lot. You have actually seen this look before. The only thing different is really my base and this powder. Okay, so that's like half my face set. You see that really smooth velvety finish compared to this side that hasn't been set yet. Look how just smooth. Ooh, it just looks so good. It looks so good. These powders are amazing. Definitely holy grail for me. I never thought I would like loose powders so much, but they work better to keep my makeup on longer. I've noticed that. I get more longevity with loose powders than I do with pressed powders. All right, time for the other side. Same process. A little bit more on this eye. I do feel like it takes a little bit longer for me to do this, but at the same time, I'm using such a big product, like this beauty blender has a good surface area. I feel like I can kind of do it quickly. Oops, I got some water in my face. And really, anywhere that you have pores or something, you just add a little bit more and really press it in there, and it kind of fills them. Like, this powder works so good. And on camera, my face is looking a lot lighter than my body a little bit, but it really isn't in person. These two together really match my chest really well. It's like a really good medium. It's not perfectly as light as my chest, but it's like not as dark as my arms, which the Fenty Beauty matches my body, the darkest parts of my body really well. But I want something that's a little bit lighter, which is why I mixed it. And for the coverage, I didn't want to have to keep layering it up or adding so many pumps of the Fenty Beauty because it is really a medium coverage, so I know adding that Wet n Wild would make it full coverage. And by patting, my nose is running. And by patting the powder in, I'm not disturbing my base at all, so I'm not moving it around, and you're maximizing the coverage. This powder does give like a light coverage. But just, man, my face looks so smooth. So matte and so poreless. pressing whatever's left over all around. Okay. It's like, what is that? It's a pimple. That one there too. So now everything is super duper duper smooth. Looks really, really, really good. Time to add some dimension back into my face by adding some highlighter. So my face isn't so flat. Right now it looks really flat. I look like a potato. The only thing about loose powders are a little bit messy, but the finish I get, I don't mind. And at the price of the Maybelline one, if I, lose a little bit of product that like kicks up and gets blown away, that's fine because it's affordable. We are going to go in and highlight with my Black Radiance. Guys, my nose is like itching, but I don't want to scratch it because I just applied my makeup. My Black Radiance highlighter and Ginger Snap. This is oldie but a goodie. It's a favorite. Y'all already know. Old Faithful. And we're using the Sigma F35 tapered highlighter brush. And I broke my mirror yesterday, so I'm having to look in my big mirror or use my travel mirror. But it's throwing me off because I'm not used to holding this one. I'm looking for my pink zebra print one, but it's broken. We're not going to do anything too extreme. I am going to highlight the brow bone. This highlight is not super powerful. You can really build it up though really easily. It's more like of a natural color. It's a pretty soft gold, as you can see. But it adds just what I need. Okay, other side. Yeah, yesterday was a day. Yes, it was a day, guys. It was a day. I'm just literally trying to just have energy. I need to be fully awake before the kids come, because the way the way I am in my class is I try to make my students feel like there's nowhere else in this world I'd rather be than here with you in your class right now, and I am so excited that you're here. That is my attitude towards every single class. Is I want them to know that there's nowhere else I would rather be than with you guys right now, and I'm so excited, and it makes me so happy, and it gives me so much energy, and I'm really hyped up with them, and that keeps them engaged, and it also kind of throws them off because I'm really hyped, guys, when I'm in my classroom. I'm really hyped, and that's kind of different from a lot of other teachers. I'll say they don't have as much energy, and I'm always dancing. I like for my environment to feel fun and exciting. I like to have an exciting and fun classroom environment, but I have to be excited and I have to be having fun. So I know that if I'm bored in my own class, if I'm bored teaching, I know that you're bored in learning. That's what I tell them. So I try to make it exciting for me, especially since I have to do it 6 times in a day. So yeah, we're learning all about Hispanic heritage. It's been so much fun. They're really enjoying it, and I'm kind of meshing social studies and music together because I do spend a lot of time at the map showing them, because I work in a really small town. It's not very diverse, and I really have been driving the point that not all Hispanic and Latino people come from Mexico. But they only really know about Mexico. They don't know about all these other countries. So it's been really fun to show them how small the U.S. is in comparison to the rest of the world and how many different countries that there are. And their faces are whoa, wow, I didn't realize that South Carolina is so small. There's Like, guys, there's so much more to this world than Ridgeland, South Carolina, or just South Carolina. And then we have to have the discussion about Columbia, South Carolina, and Columbia, the country, which they still don't fully grasp, some of them, but I like try and point it out on the map. We're doing things, okay? We're trying to make those connections. Connecting music to other disciplines. And we've been learning a lot of words in Spanish and just doing fun activities with Spanish. In Spanish, with Spanish music, Spanish songs. Listening to English songs in Spanish. Comparing, contrasting. Lots of movement. I love doing movement in my classroom. That's probably one of my favorite activities. It gets their blood pumping and it's just fun. We just have fun. I love seeing the kids laugh and smile in my class. Even if they're laughing and smiling at me in my really lame school appropriate dance moves. Alright, so we are highlighted. I'm highlighted how I want to be for picture day. I don't want to do too much, you know, but it looks really pretty. It looks so smooth. Oh, I'm loving it. Time to do the brows. And then eyeshadow and lips and mascara. Not even going to do any liner. It's already 6 a.m. Luckily, I have everything set up that I need to for my class. Like, I have saved all the links to all the videos and things that we're watching and to the music. And to any visual aids I need on my computer. So literally all I have to do is just like log in and pull up all the links. So, and I have all the instruments out that we're going to be using. I found this Sesame Street song called Musica. And it's so cute. It's a really short video, but it introduces them to some of the common instruments in Hispanic Latin music, Afro-Cuban music too. Like claves and guiro and maracas. And then like Cookie Monster comes out and the first thing they see is like, he says, "Hit it, muchachas!" And it's really funny. I love it. I'm going to use that every single year. Like, and the funny thing is I don't even have all of those different instruments in my classroom. So I had to improvise and find other things that make a similar sound. They love it. They've been loving it. And then we like try and actually perform like the same thing that they're doing. It's been so cute and it's been really, really fun. I'm glad I found that song. Let me talk about how musica is how you say music in Spanish. And this is like, all the grades have been excited about this. Like even 5th grade was like, this is kind of cool because it grooves, you know, with the claves. Tick tock, tick tock. It really grooves and they like it. And I'm like dancing, you know, I make it exciting. If I'm looking like I'm having fun and I'm excited, then, you know, kids will buy into it. So that has been like a positive all week long, is doing my Hispanic Heritage unit with this first lesson in the unit. I'm really excited to start planning the next lesson, which is going to be a little bit more intense. This is more of like an intro to it, and then we're going to dive in deeper. Oh, this brow looks really good. It looks really natural. So yeah, that's something I can look forward to. Look, I already got more energy just from talking about like my class and teaching and music and Hispanic Heritage Month. Because I really do love my job. I don't think there's a better teaching field to be in than teaching music. Like, it's fun, it's exciting, it's interesting. There's so much music out there, so many different kinds of music. And I personally love world music. I love music that is not American. Or Western, I should say. Let's be technical. And then I do love some American composers, don't get me wrong. But I just think it's so exciting to teach the kids about Asian music or Japanese music, Chinese music. They've never been exposed to it. So Spanish and Latin music has been super fun. But now I've got to start thinking about what are we going to do for winter. I was about to say Christmas, but we have to be politically correct in schools nowadays. What are we going to do for our winter concert? Can't even say holiday. Winter concert. To find some music. This has been a really long video, but y'all, I just need to get all that stuff off my chest about yesterday. Hopefully in tomorrow's video, I can just tell you that I had a wonderful Wednesday and it was amazing, and we can leave it at that. Sometimes less is more when it comes to get ready with me. It's like, if I don't have that much to say, that means ain't that much going on. Oh, that's something positive that happened yesterday. My 4th grade class performed for different people in the school. So sometimes during my class, if a class is doing really well at learning whatever content, and it's something that we could perform for people, we will go around the school, take the instruments with us, and go perform. Like for people in the front office, we'll find a vice principal in the hallway and perform for them. Or we'll go to their teacher's classroom early and perform for them. And so 4th grade yesterday, they learned Hot Cross Buns, their first song on recorder. I'm sure if you remember playing Hot Cross Buns in school, if you played recorder in elementary school. Loving the brows, they look good. That's like the first song you learn, and they were so excited, and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, you guys sound amazing, let's go play it for the front office and your teacher. And then we played it for the ESOL teacher, and people were like coming out of their classrooms to hear them, and they got like a standing ovation. It was really cute, And that's also my way of kind of like preparing them for our real performance in the winter, is doing these small ones. I talk about how I'm going to wait till everybody's ready, till I have their eyes. And then when I put my hands up, they know to put their instruments up. So there's a method to my madness. I'm going to use, my nose is running, this Sephora eyeshadow on Hollywood's Calling. Y'all have seen me use this a lot. I'm going to apply it with my finger. It's a beautiful, glittery, brownie gold. I love this color so much. I need to order another one. I hope they still make it. It's super glittery. So it's great for just all over the lid. You don't need a crease color. You don't need a transition color, in my opinion. Just throw it all over your lid and just blend out the edges. And because of the gold glitter in it, it really just like makes your eyes pop in the most simple, easy way. Just look at that glitter. And all I'm going to do is add mascara, and that's it for my eye look. So pretty. I love the shadow. I've hit pan on it. Again, it's called Hollywood's Calling. Hollywood's Calling, I think 365 is the number. Oh, Hollywood's Calling number 82. Why did I get 365? Number 82. From the Sephora collection. And you can use a brush to apply this, and it applies just as good as with your finger with a brush. But for me, it's faster with my finger. So that's why we're doing it this way. But yeah, man, I do love my job. I will say that. The only things I really get tired of are the stuff that does not pertain to like actually teaching music. I feel like that's how every teacher feels. Like non um non arts related teachers. Or no, all arts related teachers feel that way. Like the stuff that doesn't pertain to our specific field is what makes us not want to teach, or that annoys us about teaching. But it like comes with the territory. You know? Look how pretty that is, guys. You see that glitter? Just look, my eyes are just like popping a little bit. We're gonna apply this to the lower lash line as well. I'm just gonna use a brush to do that. Using my fingers a little bit too big. We're gonna use this little brush I normally use for my inner corners for the lower lash line. Same eyeshadow. And I might just do my mascara at school to save time, cause I'm going to probably stop at McDonald's to get a French vanilla latte. That's my new obsession. My new breakfast obsession is now McDonald's instead of Burger King, because I'm not eating meat. So I like to go to McDonald's and get 2 hash browns and a large French vanilla latte, because their French vanilla lattes are delicious. They're really, really good. I don't need to add any sugar. It's not too sweet. It's just like perfect. Speaking of sugar, I'm trying to cut down on my sugar intake, because if you knew me in person, you would know that I love candy. I love sweet drinks. I add too much sugar to everything. Like I normally put 3 tablespoons of sugar in my tea, but now I've cut back to 2 tablespoons. Okay, that's still a lot, I know, for such a small mug. And the PE teachers always make fun of me. They're shocked that I don't have diabetes because of how much sugar I consume. But I love it. But I don't like sweets like cake and cupcakes and stuff like that. I don't really care for it, but I do love candy. So like more pure sugar is what I'm into. Not like baked goods, but like just pure sugar, like Nerds and what are those sticks? Pixie sticks. Stuff like that. Sour Patch Kids, chocolate covered almonds, Snicker bars. Love Snickers. And like, that stuff is not healthy at all for you, but I don't care. I really don't. And I tell them that all the time. Alright, I'm just going to go back into the highlighter I used for my face and apply a little bit of that to my inner corners. It may or may not show up. We'll see. Just to add a little bit of a pop to the inner corner. Yeah, it's subtle. I like that. Yeah, this is a really long video, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking to you guys, since I low-key don't really have anybody else to talk to except the people I work with. I still don't have any friends here, guys. I'm thinking about making a video about like true life. Life after college. True life. Getting your bachelor's degree, getting your first full-time job. True life. I'm so glad I have a dog, though. She really has helped. I love you, Nola. Nola, I love you, Mama. Oh, she's so sweet. Okay, literally, the only thing I'm going to add to this look is mascara. And I'm thinking about busting open a new mascara, maybe. We'll see. But I'll probably just use my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black with a mixture of the Maybelline The Falsies Push-Up Drama. And I'm going to take them to school with me. And like I said, put my mascara on at school, since I have some free time. And we're doing a red lip. And the red lip I'm going to do is You already know Kat Von D Nosferatu. Literally my favorite red. And they changed the spelling of it because I went to Sephora the other day. Oh, excuse me. To just make an exchange of that YSL foundation, which was, we're not going to talk about it. But I had to make an exchange of a purchase, and I was just looking around the store to see if I wanted to get anything else. I just ended up getting the Fenty Beauty blotting powder, which works really well, by the way. I like it as a blotting powder or to set my makeup. But I saw Nosferatu, and they changed the spelling of it, but I need to get another one. Here it is, right here. I could do lip liner with it, but you don't really need it with Kat Von D. I'm just going to try and finish this tea real quick before I put this lipstick on. Ooh, I'm struggling a little bit because it's not as sweet because I cut down the sugar. It's a bit more bitter. Okay. Loving the way this look came out. Feeling excited about picture day. I'm going to wear the same shirt. This is my plan. You know how you've seen those kids that wear the same shirt every year in high school or every year they're in school for their pictures? I'm doing the same thing as a teacher. So the same shirt I wore in January, I'm wearing today. I'll wear every single picture day until it can't fit me anymore, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. Since I've had that shirt since I was like in 8th grade. I don't know if y'all can hear Nola licking her back. The reason I love Nosferatu so much is because it has like a golden like glaze to it. Like if it were a donut, there would be like this golden glaze. A very sheer golden glaze. So it's really pretty. And Kat Von D liquid lipstick formulation is like one of my favorites. I love it so much. It's so comfortable on the lips. It doesn't move anywhere. And I don't find it drying either. Just lasts all day. It's perfect for teachers or people that talk a lot, or I was going to say use your mouth a lot. That's a little sketch. You all know what I mean. If you just don't want to fuss or reapply or touch up, this is what you need. Girl. So this is the look. Really simple, really easy. Just add mascara and that's it. You see my glow? It's not too much. It's just right. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And my little stories, you know, from life and just about teaching. Yeah, so I need to get dressed and leave. I am 3 minutes behind schedule right now, which will probably turn into 10 minutes total because I need to get dressed and still pack my lunch, but that's easy because it's just going to be a slice of pizza and some popcorn. Very unhealthy, but I need it this week. Okay, I need it. I deserve it. I earned it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope your week is going better than mine. Bye, YouTube. My hand is full, so I have to push the button.